back. Now, today's video, we're going to be rebuilding the Portland Trailblazers. So last year, they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Pretty much nobody saw it coming. All the ESPN experts, every series picked against this Portland Trailblazer team, got all the way to the conference finals and lost. But that was a big step for a team like the Portland Trailblazers. Now we come back into this season, and when it's off the season, they've been really struggling. And a lot of that has to do with Jusuf Nurkic not being there. But if you remember or you're a fan of my podcast, you know that I was a bit afraid for this team headed into this season because they got so many new pieces. For example, Hassan Whiteside, first year in Portland. Mario Hezonja, first year in Portland. Kent Bazemore, Pau Gasol, Nazir Little, Anthony Tolliver. All of these guys basically having their first year with this team, and they no longer have like Al-Farouq Aminu, Mo Harkless, pretty much guys that were stables and their late playoff push no longer there. So my job is to help this team make the playoffs this year and eventually end up winning a championship. As you can probably tell, I'm a little nasally because I'm a bit sick right now, so leave a like on the video to make me happy. So like we mentioned, Jusuf Nurkic is out for 4 to 6 months, and I kind of have a plan for this team. A lot of that revolves around trading Hassan Whiteside a little bit later in the season because he is such a wishy-washy player, man. Some nights he looks great. The other nights you're like, where's Hassan Whiteside? So I don't need that on my team. The next big blow is, of course, Zach Collins being out for so long. And honestly, I think it's longer than 1 or 2 weeks. I'll have to change that because he basically had the same surgery that I had. And I know it took me 3 months. He's also an athlete, like a real athlete, so it may take him less. I'm going to look up his timetable, but I'm pretty sure it's longer than 1 or 2 weeks because he had to get his labrum repaired. So they basically missing 3 starters because last night Rodney Hood didn't play for them in that loss, that terrible loss against the Sacramento Kings, who do not have De'Aaron Fox, who do not have Marvin Bagley. I'm going to help this team out, though. So it says 4 months. So we're changing that 7 days to 120 days. That's about 4 months. So they're definitely going to miss Zach Collins. And yeah, he's out. So the first thing on the agenda is to trade Hassan Whiteside. The one that everybody always throws around has to do with Kevin Love. And I want to say right now, I'm gonna try to make this a semi-realistic rebuild, which means that I won't be trading Hassan Whiteside and 3 first-round picks for a superstar. But I may trade him for a player like Kevin Love, who I know the Cavs fans love him and they don't think he will be traded. But anything can happen in the NBA. All right, anything can happen. So I'm going to wait until December 15th. So hopefully we stay afloat until then. It's a little over a month. Let's see how good our guys do. And trades like this have also been popping up in real life. People are starting to put CJ's name in the trade rumors. I'm not ready to go there just yet. I think CJ and Dame should be together for now. I know CJ has kind of not struggled, but he hasn't been as great this year as he was last year. They're trying to get me Kevin Love for CJ in a first-round pick. That is a no-go. If I do get Kevin Love, it will be for Hassan Whiteside. But I mean, in real life, if the Wizards offer you this trade, you got to pull the trigger. You have to. But that's not real. That's not even close to realistic. So I'll decline it. And Anthony Simons is staying on this team. So yeah, we did not do well in that month that we simulated. So now it's time to make some trades. The Cavs are still there. They're the 9th seed. So far, the Cavs have been super surprising this year, actually winning more games than a lot of people expected, me included. But let's try to make this deal happen right now. Straight up, I know they won't accept it, but maybe they have a counter offer. They want 2 first-round picks for Kevin Love and Mirotic, who's no longer in the league in real life. I can't do 2 first-round picks. I can do 1, a lottery protected this year. Oh, they tried to finesse me. But giving me 2. No. Okay, so we gave up a lottery protected first because I am still pretty confident that we are going to make the playoffs, even though we started off so slow. So what we're going to do, for now at least, until Nurkic comes back, is to run Kevin Love at the 5. And I know that may not sound great, but Kevin Love is a above average rebounder. His defense is going to be a struggle against those bigger bigs and only 6'8". Anthony Tolliver can't hit a damn shot right now. So we want to do one more deal, and I know a person that I want. Now, in real life, I don't know if this person would fit what the Portland Trailblazers do, but he's a bucket, and they could use that. Marcus Morris Sr. Actually, we're going to trade finder Marcus Morris Sr. and see what the Knicks want from him, because the Knicks are bad, and they have so many players, and Marcus Morris on a 1-year deal. They want Kevin Love. Really? I just realized that after that Kevin Love trade, We don't have much money. So if we will make trades, it will be for players that are on lower contracts. Marcus Morris making $15 million. So unfortunately, we cannot make that trade happen. So what we can do is look around the league on teams that are rebuilding or selling and try to snag a guy from them. Iggy would be perfect for this team. Y'all know in real life, Iggy has not played a single minute because he is ready to be either bought out or traded, but he's making $17 million, so I cannot make that trade. Rashawn Holmes is having a very good season in Sacramento, but they don't have De'Aaron Fox, they don't have Marvin Bagley, and they actually have a surplus of centers. So maybe we can snag Rashawn Holmes from them. Let's see if we can. We'll do Trade Finder first. He's not making a lot of money this season. He basically got paid nothing. So his money will match up with ours. They want Rodney Hood or they want Mario Hezonja. And I can tell you right off the rip, I'm willing to trade Mario Hezonja and Anthony Tolliver because neither of them are really having a good season so far. So that's the trade we're going to do. And now we can actually have Kevin Love start at his natural position, a power forward. So now we're looking at Dame, CJ, Rodney Hood, Kevin Love, and Rashawn Holmes. Our bench is still struggling. I'm going to have Anthony Simon get a lot of those minutes, and I'm actually going to have him be mentored by CJ or Dame because I think he could be an amazing sixth man behind those two. Nasir Little, the rookie's going to get minutes. Our bench is actually really, really trash. But once Nurkic does come back, Ken Bazemore does come back, Zach Collins does come back, we're going to be one of the deeper teams in the league. So our goal right now is to just be good. Get back to 500 and get over 500 because how many games out of the playoffs are we right now? We are sitting at, yeah, we're down there, man. That's 11 and a half games behind first. We got some ways to make up, but I think we can because of those trades. So last thing, like I mentioned, we need to go to training, player mentor. He's already being, okay, Dame is already his mentor, but we got to pick the right ones. Difficult shots, catch a shoe, definitely. And let's get him quick, jaw, dog. He got 0 badges. Oh, I can't have my young guy out there like that. So again, this is a year that we will make the playoffs, hopefully. And then next year will be the year we're actually trying to compete because Nurkic will be completely healthy and all that. So let's just get to Simmons. So Ken Bazemore is the first to come back. So far, we've been playing pretty solid. They want Pau Gasol to start. Apparently, Pau Gasol is on fire. But no, man. Old man cannot get that many minutes. We put Simons back up there. Can Bazemore get his minutes? Okay, but we have started to win games. Are we 500 yet? We're 4 games behind 500, which is not necessarily great, but now Anthony Simons fractures his left hand. That is a big time blow to our team. But luckily, if we don't make the playoffs, that pick that we traded was lottery protected, so we'll keep it. But obviously, it does hurt to lose a guy like him, especially when I just had him basically developing. And I think we have to, with him being now, we gotta like trade for a backup small or backup point guard or sign one. So let's see. We had that James guy on our team. Who is he? Justin James, 22-year-old rookie out of Wyoming. I don't know. Well, he's shooting 20% from the field. I feel confident with letting that guy go to try to sign a backup point guard because we need somebody that can bring the ball up the court. Let's go Jeremy Grant. He's going to be cheap on the minimum, and he's serviceable, I guess. Serviceable enough to give us 14 minutes a game. All right. Yeah, we need to get things going in ASAP before it's too late. So we're getting around the All-Star break. Now, this team is notorious for going on big pushes late in the season. Yeah, let's stop at the trade deadline. Let's see what's going on. Do we need to make one more trade? Damian Lillard's having a stellar season. CJ is starting to pick it back up as far as his efficiency goes, which is great. Ken Bazemore off the bench is playing decently. Rodney Hood is doing okay. Kevin Love is still putting up pretty decent numbers. I like that. Because usually when you trade for Kevin Love, he basically struggles the entire season. So I was kind of hesitant to trade for him, but it's working out. Yusuf Nurkic will be back in about 2 months or so, which is like right before the playoffs, basically. And we're going to go on a late season run. I already know. So Damian is there for the playoff, or not for the playoffs, but the All-Star game. Obviously, he's putting up such great numbers. So I don't think we make a trade here. I think we just hope that our guys get it together. And what I will do, though, since we are behind, I'll be sure to get our starters more minutes. And I know that's probably not the best because you don't want them to get super tired before you actually make the playoffs. But we need to make the playoffs to start worrying about the playoffs. And I know I'll probably go get comments like, Kenny, why didn't you just tank and just, oh, Zach Collins is back. His overall is so low. Is Zach Collins overall really that low? Or is it because he's just coming back from an injury? I could have sworn his overall was higher than that. There's no way. There's no way his overall should be lower than Nasir Little's. This man was started for us. I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to give Zach Collins minutes, though. Wow. Pal, we're going to give Zach Collins most of your minutes, even though you are having a decent season. It just makes more sense that our younger guy gets that. You let me know in the comment section. Is it because he's coming back from his injury? He had to be at least like a 75 overall. At least. But what I was saying before he came back was, you're probably asking me, Kenny, why didn't you just tank and get that lottery pick and then come back better than ever, like I did with the was it the Golden State Warriors I did that with? Oh, 4-game losing streak. We need, yeah, get it back together. It's because that's not Portland Trailblazers. That's not their identity. They always are a team to make the playoffs. Always. So I want to keep that up. And now we got Nurkic coming back. And now we really about to make some noise in the Ken Bazemore's code. Hello. We're about to make some noise in the playoffs now. So give Zach Collins some more of those minutes. And boom. Just like that. We got the last 4 games of the season here. Win, loss, win, loss. Okay. So Ja wins. These are all the awards if you care. Luke Kennard wins most improved. Brett Brown wins coach of the year at 64 wins. So another late push by our team. And here we are in the playoffs. Damian Lillard did not get an all NBA team. Wow. Trae Young got it over him. I love me some Trae Young. He's putting up good numbers. Did they make the playoffs though? They didn't. See, we made the playoffs, G, and we are the 5 seed. So it is a beautiful thing to see the Suns make the playoffs. Usually 2K don't get a Suns no love, even though this season they've been really good. But they get some love today. Also, the Minnesota Timberwolves get their love. So that means who didn't make the playoffs? The Denver Nuggets barely made it. They had they had to win 4 games in a row right here to make the playoffs. Utah Jazz fall out completely. Now that's crazy. Sacramento Kings are close. Bagley eventually comes back. De'Aaron Fox eventually comes back. And who did I trade them? Oh, Mario Hezonja. Right. And doesn't look like he was terrible for them. Anthony Tolliver still can make a shot. All right, let's see. First round against the Suns. We're more veteran team than them, and we got eliminated. Beautiful. The young team came out to play. Kelly Oubre in the game. 25 points. Again, I didn't expect us to do anything super crazy this year. We made the playoffs like we were supposed to do, and that's all I can really ask for. But now it's time to really get this team into the next gear. I did just see Pau Gasol retired. So shout out to Pau for an amazing career, Hall of Famer in my eyes after his championship runs. And we don't have our pick this year because we did trade it to the Cavs. So the Cavs had the first pick and the 21st pick. That's pretty decent. Rodney Hood declined his player option, which is tough because he is kind of an important part of this team. I'm going to let Moses Brown and Jalen Horde go Scal for $2 million. He had a decent. We'll let Scal come. We'll let Scal come back. We do have Rodney Hood's bird rights, which is pretty good, but we don't really have money to spend. So the best thing we can do is just bring Rodney Hood back to be our small forward and potentially just get him a decent backup for cheap. Torrey Craig has one offer. Torrey Craig's just a player, man. I really like signing Torrey Craig. So the next thing is trying to figure out how do we elevate this team to the next level. And I think that's something that their front office really has been struggling with over the years because you got Dame and CJ. And that's great. And Kevin Love gets a little bit worse, which is not a terrible thing. He's going to still play his role pretty well. But how do you elevate this team even further? Nurkic gets a little bit worse coming off that injury. That still does make sense. And Zach Collins even gets worse. That is tough. We may trade Zach Collins, man. He's just not turning out to be the player that we thought he could be when we drafted him 10th overall. I thought this was going to be a year where he really elevated, but as you can see, he struggled to shoot the ball. Struggled to score with a lot of opportunity. So I guess Zach Collins is the trade, but how do we make room to trade? I would guess we need like an upgrade at our small forward position. Rodney Hood is good, don't get me wrong, but I bet you're a better team if Rodney Hood is your 6th man and not your starting small forward. I think I have to try to make this trade, man. Kevin Love's contract is so large that it's making it impossible to make any other trades. And I had a feeling this was going to come back and bite me once I did make the trade the first time. He put up great numbers. Great. Like, these are all-star numbers, honestly. Great efficiency, shot the ball well, but his money is just something crazy. Aaron Gordon is a little bit worse of a player, overall wise. Orlando gets some scoring. They want 2 second-round picks, and they'll give us a 2-way player. Deal. Deal. All right, let me back out and come back in so that upgrade required can get off my screen. Now, the question is, how much does that really elevate our team? Because now we do have Evan Fournier as like our 6th man, and Evan Fournier can get some buckets. Could definitely get us some buckets. But we could still, after that trade, I think we could still make one more maybe not big time splash, but one more trade. Any other video, I'm pulling the trigger on this trade, but it doesn't make sense for us. This doesn't make sense. This is 1000% a trade I would do in any other video. And I think we trade for Gallinari here. He's no longer on that big old contract. They did re-sign him here, but it's not anything crazy. He's making about $14 to $18 million a year. All the way up until he's 35 though, which is kind of a bad thing. But I'm still willing to make this trade if I can make this a lottery protected first instead. Deal. All right. So now we're going to make Gallinari our starting small forward. We got some shooting. And I like our squad. Dame, CJ, Gallo, Aaron Gordon, and Yusuf Nurkic back from his injury. Off the bench, we have Evan Fournier, Anthony Simons, Rashawn Holmes, and Nasir Little. That's a nice team right there. But let's see if they pass the first month test. Y'all know when we're on PC, it simulates really fast. So first month of the season, we start off 2-2. We start to put it to 5-3, 6-3, 7. Hey, okay. Yeah, this is our squad. This is our squad. I don't think no trades are needed. We start off the season 12-5. We get back-to-back losses here. But our boys are putting up a lot of stats. We put up 141 on this team. And that's because Dame had an amazing game. Can he have an MVP type? Oh, he's only averaging 23 this season. Interesting, even with that big old game. Maybe it's because we got so many weapons. Everybody's numbers or points per game are down. Nurkic is back, and he's putting up good numbers. But I think we should make CJ our one option. Oh, he already is. All right, so enough talking for me. I'm going to go to the All-Star break. Maybe I may go to the end of the season. If we get to the trade deadline and there's no trades to be done, I'll just go straight to the end of the season. So we win 59 games. Steph Curry won MVP, 6 yada yada. Yeah, Markelle Fultz most improved. That's cool. Terry Stotts wins Coach of the Year. We didn't get 60, but we got to 59, which I'll take. Did anybody on our team, Portland Trailblazers, no defensive teams, no rookies because we don't have rookies. Portland Trailblazers, where you at? Nobody, huh? Never get love when we're the 1 seed, huh? Nobody all NBA players. So our point differential was 13, which is highest in the league. This ain't the greatest team I put together, but it's definitely a very good team, a winnable team. So we're going to shorten the rotation a bit. Anthony Simons had a good junior season. Shot a little bit more efficiently. I like that. Evan Fournier off our bench gave us 13. Nurkic has a bounce back season. Aaron Gordon shot the ball well. We're ready. We're ready. First round, we're going against the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know who on their team anymore, but we're better. Sweep. Clippers are an interesting team. Don't think a sweep is going to happen, but we're up 3-2. Oh my God. See, the PC simulation is so fast. We almost got eliminated there, and I didn't even see it. But we get out of that round in 7 in the game 7. Aaron Gordon steps up and he becomes our guy. Damian Lillard struggles from the field, but hit his free throws and assisted pretty well. We're going against the Houston Rockets. 2-2 series. I guess I could do this old method. They got Archie Cooper starting, who's I guess is a rookie. Simulate 1 game at a time. There's a big win there. 1 more game. We're in the finals. Portland Trailblazers make it to the finals to go against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I was trying to make a deal with the 76ers before the season started. I did try to get them CJ, honestly. I did try to give them CJ. I ain't gonna tell you what I tried to get in return. Hey, shout out to Darsky and Doom. I don't know. I ain't gonna tell you what I tried to get in return. But they said no. So CJ and the rest of this team, let's show them what they were missing. Oh, they're beating us. Hello? Don't go down 3-0. Oh, 3-1. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay, so we do get out there with a championship. I tried to steal Ben Simmons from them. They were not budging at all. They were not budging at all. I just thought it would be a cool experiment to see Damian Lillard run shooting guard. But man, we won that last game, and it was an ugly one. 95-91. Did not shoot the ball efficiently. Oh, we shot 42%. We did not hit our 3. They didn't either, though, and that's why we got out of here with a victory. All right. our bench. Look at our bench coming in clutch. 38 bench points in game 6, and we get out. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Let me know if you like the somewhat realistic rebuilds over the crazy ones, because I could have rebuilt this Portland Trailblazer team in 1 year if I did some ridiculous trades, but sometimes those videos aren't as fun to make for me. I like to do the slow grind, and the slow grind was trading for like just good role players alongside CJ and Dame. Either way, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave it a like. This is McKinney. I'll be back soonish. Peace.